So there are systematic error and as well as instrumental error, observational error, and observational, and you can say random error. So what is systematic error? Actually instrumental error and observational error comes under the systematic error. Okay, they are of same sign. Okay, it's positive or negative maybe. Instrumental error actually, when you are performing an experiment with some instrument, the instrument maybe sometime it's defective or sometime it's used for a couple of times. Okay, so it will show some error. That's a instrumental error. Okay, observational error, suppose you are measuring with your eye, length of a scale is 2 meter and your friend observed is 2.05 meter and another friend observed is 1.95 meter. So actual the length of the scale is 2 meter, but as your eyes are different, there may be some defect in your eyes or some the way you are watching the scale at different positions you are watching, okay, from different position. So that will make it observational error. And random errors comes from just some unknown causes, you have no idea how it comes. Okay, so that's why to avoid the random errors we always make the result average result. Okay, so whenever you will perform in your practicals, then you will always ask to calculate the average value of your experimental result. Okay, always, because whenever you are averaging those all those values, then the total error will be minimized. That's why, that's how we can not totally but up to the mark we can avoid the random errors. Okay, but the most important part is absolute error and relative error. Okay, for the numerical purpose or the application purpose we need it. Absolute error. So what is absolute error? Suppose a physical parameter is r, the standard value or true value of the parameter is r, and from the experiment you got a value of r dashed. So there must be some difference, because we all know in case of practical experiment there must be some mistakes or error is there. So there will be some difference with the true value. So that will be the absolute error. We will say that true value or standard value, experimental value. Okay, and generally, okay, we will discuss it later. Let's come to relative error. So what is relative error? Relative error is nothing but the ratio of absolute error to its true value. So if the absolute error is del r and the true value is r, then this is called relative error. Okay, where it is used the relative error and where it is used the absolute error, there are some difference. Suppose let's take a parameter, physical parameter s, which is related by this equation, these two parameter p and r, physical parameter. So if you want to measure the error in s, you can just measure it by the error in p and the error in r. Suppose the error in p is del p, absolute error, the error in r is del r, absolute error, the absolute error in s is del s. Okay, now it can be plus or minus, sum or difference. Okay, so then how this error will be related? So in both the cases, plus or minus, the error will be maximized, that means plus. So now we will ask that why it is maximized or why it is always plus. In case of plus, p plus r, for p plus r it is true, we all know the error is plus. But in case of minus, how can it be minus? Okay, let's relate to a practical life example, then it will be easy for you. How? Let's say uh, S is a person and P and R are also a person. Okay, some different persons, but S, no, both P and both R. Okay, the P and R are very significant to S, and S never want to lose P as well as R, neither of them. Suppose P has a life risk or error of del P, and R has a life risk or error of del R. Okay, now when they are together, S can find out the life risk, del P plus del R. Okay, so S can think about that, and he can or she can actually manage to avoid this danger or life risk or the error. Now they are separated, that's when they are this difference. Again their life risks are del P and del R. So if they are separated, will that value will that life risk will be changed, the total life risk? No, because S from the outer side can see both of them. So to S, the total life risk will be appeared. So total error will be appeared. The maximum error will be appeared. That's why the error is always maximized. For a particular experiment, whenever whenever you perform an experiment, you will have to consider the maximum error, so that on future you have not to regret about that result. Okay, just like that, plan today or regret tomorrow. So better to plan today, right? Okay, now comes to relative error. Okay, they are called propagation of error. Okay, I just forget the term, propagation of error, I think so. How error of P and error of R is propagated to S. See, now it is addition and subtraction, but arithmetic operation contains multiplication and division as well, right? Okay, so what if in case of multiplication is equal to P R, let's say, and their individual error will be del P del R. Okay, here we will consider del P by P, the relative error, del R by R. Okay, so in case of add and subtraction, the sum of the the sum of the absolute error is equal to the error of the S. But in case if it is in product form or it is multiplication division form, then the sum of the relative error will be equal to the relative error of the S. Okay, don't messed up between this. Okay, when it is multiplication division, then it is relative error, the sum of relative error is equal, and when it is summation or subtraction, then it is absolute error. Okay, don't mess up. So how this comes, this is easy, just take both side logarithm or natural logarithm. We take logarithm both side, ln S, ln P R, ln S equal to ln P plus ln R. Okay, it is a property of logarithm, you will come to know in your mathematics. Okay, mathematics syllabus. Then just differentiate with both side. If you differentiate both side, then we will get, let's take with respect to S differentiate it, then we will get 1 by S equal to 1 by P dP ds plus 1 by R dr ds. So ds will come here, so it will be ds by S equal to dp by p plus dr by r. Actually this d means a small amount of error, so we can just change it by, okay, you cannot see it, right? Okay, by del s by s equal to del p by p plus del r by r. That's how it comes. Okay, so here we will end our discussion for the theory part of the error and dimension, and goodbye for now. Let's see you on the next video on the application part. Okay, bye.